You assume a gangster is what you see on TV, or this, and this. Guess again. The gangsters you grew up with don't got shit of the people I'm about to mention. But before I start, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's start the bullshit. I'm aware of a lot of things, like Little Debbie's don't taste the same anymore. Fat bitches are now accepted than short people. You can get in trouble for fucking a porn star. And I mean that shit literally. But overall, the real gangsters rule the world. Clint Eastwood nor Chuck Norris is not going to save you from what I'm about to say. Your real gangsters are the ones that's pimping and killing the people and getting away with it. They're the ones smoking cigars and fucking bitches while juicing your ass dry. They're the ones robbing you and paying off miniature gains to screw your life over. We're talking about power. It's more than just suits and ties and a smile. Sometimes the enemy is right in your face, but sometimes your enemy is behind the scenes playing you. Shit, they come in gangs. Who I'm talking about? You really think they give a fuck about you? Ain't nothing better than the politicians that's running America. Throughout the years, what you think they've been doing? They gave you false promises. They told you to vote for them. They took your money for campaign. And instead of giving back to the community, they kept it for themselves. They ignore your problems and issues. They make fucked up laws to ruin you. They make up fake campaigns or events just to suck you off dry. They lie, they cheat, and steal. Even Eddie Guerrero can see through the bullshit from heaven. They party and spend on your money. Shit, most of them supposed to end their terms, yet find ways to be in there for a long time. The thing is, they know the law. And they know you don't know shit. I mean, these politicians run just like a game and tell you which color to represent. They fuck the whole city up and tell you to deal with it. Most of the time they act dumb about it or laugh at your face. They'll get away with any crimes they commit and get you to vote for them and laugh at your face. To me, that's gangster. Congress do the exact same thing. They play the game, they be in office for a long time, breaking their terms. They sign these unnecessary laws to hurt you, and most of all, they make the most money by just chilling. Can you imagine how much money they spend on your taxes? They claim they pay taxes, but do you really believe them? What's crazy, they do the most crime behind the scenes and get away with it, while Americans suffer. They're winning. That's gangster. I think this is the only agency that can punk you out of your money, and you can't do a goddamn thing. You don't think this is some thug-like behavior? If they can take your money whenever you want, they sure as hell can make a grown man cry when they see their checks. Shit, they even tax the price up on foods, water, and gas. And I mean that shit literally. Motherfuckers even tax grocery bags and titty implants. They are the only thugs that if you avoid paying them back or hide and run to other countries, they will find your ass like Liam Neeson from Taken and put your ass in jail. They put fear into people. They are the 3 most dangerous letters in America. Nah, they are the notorious IRS, and that's gangster. Let's talk about the rich. Just look at the richest companies and richest people on earth. Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon had changed the world, including Facebook. But what do they have in common? Besides that, their tech companies have been instrumental to the world by spying on you, knowing everything about your life, robbing you and overcharging you, committing crimes behind the scenes, using their employees and treating them like slaves. using social media more than being interactive with people. Majority of these companies that are rich is tech and car industry. It says a lot about society for making these companies rich. Most of these CEOs are evil geniuses in disguise. If I tell you a list of things they've done behind the scenes, you wouldn't care. You would still buy their products. The rich is playing the game. It's not about how much money they're making. It's how they hurting the people, and people have no clue on what's going on. It wouldn't matter. These nerds are making money off your stupidity and your greed. Why are they buying up land, farms, oil, and food companies? Just know they ain't buying it for you. They're buying it for them. To me, that's gangsta. You think pharmaceuticals ain't thugs? Guess again. Just think of how rich these motherfuckers are. They sure as hell paid off these doctors for making sure you get sick more. And just think of how people got killed off just by drugs. Nah, not by them. These fools. The irony of how they accepted pharmaceuticals as safe haven, but treat the drug dealer like shit. The percentage of deaths in America is just by drugs alone. They are literally getting paid off of your pain and deaths. But how they get people is funny. They tell you cigarettes is bad, but still sell them in stores. They tell you aspirin is good, but won't tell you the side effects if you keep taking it. Just think of any commercial on that's drug related. The actors be looking happy as fuck. If you watch the tiny words during the commercial, you notice the narrator is saying the bad side effects about the drug. Either way, people will buy it. Just think of the suicides by people taking pills daily. They tell you fruits and vegetables is unnecessary. Just think of how much money they made over COVID. They force your ass to take their COVID products. And I mean that shit literally. I mean, the sponsors and ads don't discriminate. And you can tell these actors didn't give a shit. It's all about getting paid. Just remember that during the pandemic, a lot of people have dealt with some shit. But don't blame it on COVID products. They here to help you. It's kind of some thug type shit for making people pay insulin and making COVID free. Just remember.
America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
And to me, that's gangsta. We can talk about the 1% or celebrities. I think we all know what they've been doing over the course of years. But it wouldn't matter. You will support it and believe their every word. We just know the 1% rule the world and has a history of doing gangster shit. Here are some thugs that's worth mentioning. Christopher Columbus is gangster. Caesar is gangster. Napoleon, yup, that little nigga is a gangster. Genghis Khan, that dude is a gangster. Charles the Great is gangster. Karl Marx, look him up, most definitely a gangster. Joseph Stalin, gangster. Nero, look him up, he's a gangster. The royal family, oh yeah, they gangster. Mao Zedong was bad mother. I was talking about Mao, baby. Hitler, of course. This dude is a mascot of all gangsters. Kim Jong-un, nigga shooting missiles whenever he wants. A gangster. All of the slave masters during slavery, best believe they're gangster. The whole US government, oh yeah, they gangster. King Leopold, that is most definitely a gangster. Islamic groups, gangsters. The guy who created the nuclear bomb, yup, gangster. Cleopatra, she's most definitely a gangster. The popes, yup, gangster. Throughout history, there were a lot of gangsters that should be called just that. But somehow, our modern day gangsters look like this. And don't get me wrong, the Italian mobs were gangsters. And so was the police and KKK. We can talk about Latin Kings or MS-13s, or the Bloods and the Crips. We can talk about these new gangs that's crossing this border, or these new gangs that's terrorizing the black community. But why just call these people gangsters and not these people? Shit, to me, they are street legends. It's bad enough the media is calling protesters who fighting for a cause thugs or gangsters, but not calling Antifa or Black Lives Matters thugs and gangsters. Being a gangster sometimes could be a good thing. People who's fighting for a cause is gangster. People who's sacrificing their lives to save you is gangster. Not biting your tongue for nobody is gangster. Not giving a fuck what people think and say what's on your mind is gangster. Listen, gangs are made up because people are either pussy and can't do it by themselves, or it's a bloodline or ritual thing. Either way, most is minor and most is severe. We all been manipulated thinking that certain people are gangsters. And rappers are a perfect example. Know the difference between somebody who's doing the right thing and who's doing the wrong thing. We experience gangsters throughout our lives. There's always a point in time somebody or someone will get tired of their shit and tired of running and being punked by them. One thing about being a gangster, it won't last, but the damage is done. And like always, don't fear me, hear me. R-X and Rebel Mouth out.